Moving on to articulation, and as you can see this time I'm only using the DX13 body because obviously there is slight changes from the DX10 and it wouldn't have been fair rating that one. So I'm going to say and make it easy for myself, I think the only difference is the knee has now got a robotic hinge, which I will say moves really smoothly, and I thought when it come it'd be a little bit creaky and a little bit fragile. It doesn't feel that at all. I think they've just done a really good job and put the similar robotic hinge as that's on that, but then obviously wrap skin around the upper and lower section. Without taking the trousers off, I'm not going to be able to show it you all, but I just think they have done a really good hinge. So yeah, that moves smooth, freely. Obviously there's no rotation in it, but it will bend like a knee would really naturally. Another change is the no ab crunch now, because the sort of upper torso is all sculpted because of the robotic section, and then the flesh ripped away. So there's no ab crunch. The neck only articulates just under the ears, so top part of the neck, not the bottom, because they have used a sculpted body, which is okay because obviously you've got to take the air off anyway, so you are going to see a bit of a join. It's not unsightly, to be honest. It's really well done. So yeah, the hands go on and off really nicely. The eyes move really smoothly. Everything, the waist rotation, the double bend elbow like Bane should have had and didn't. The robotic arm goes on and off really nicely. No problems at all, to be honest. The only reason I'm going to knock it down and give it a 4 out of 5 is simply because there's no ab crunch. So that's the only place he loses articulation. The bulk of him doesn't really hinder him. I said the arms do move really well. I thought that were going to be bad, but it's not, so I haven't docked at any points there. I've only docked the 1 point simply because of the ab crunch. Now, a lot of people will know that I did really tighten up on these scores, but even taking that into account, I've still got to give it a 4 out of 5 because the poses you would want from a Terminator are easily achievable. Rolling on to extras or accessories, whatever you want to call them. What does the set bring? We'll get in first and show you the poses. You can see we've got the major damage version propping himself up on the metal rod, sort of legs going out from under him, just supporting himself. He's finally took enough damage, he's gonna ground. Just last ditch attempt to save his sen. So that's that version. This version, just got him stood, badass pose, just with a pistol, fist clenched on the base. And then obviously we've got the moulded T1000. I've just had him posed with. So yep, I'll talk you through it. Right, obviously out the box is pretty much like this. In fact, tell a lie, he's got the full coat on and the full arm. So so I don't have to keep swapping and changing back, I've pretty much for the review left this version like that and then used the DX10 body to show that head and that jacket off. Save keeps switching them back and forth, but you have got to see everything it brings. Obviously, if you're calling that the second head, it's a beauty. If that one's the first head, it's also a beauty. Both work really nice. I do like the fact that one's got the light up eye, one's got purrs, and both are movable eyes and everything. There's nothing I don't like about the heads. They're both awesome. And if they'd have just come with that heads and nothing else really, I probably would have given it a 5 out of 5 anyway. But let's roll and show you what else they brought. Obviously, you get a full arm and a broken up robot arm, which does swap on and off really nice. Doesn't feel like it's going to break. Obviously handled with care though. You won't want to snap it up. You're going to fuck your sen up and piss your sen off. So just be careful with that. It is a nice touch. Painted really well. It is like a stainless steel, but as if it's been soaked in blood. Really good effect. The body is obviously an all new body because it's got the smashed in chest and knee. Works again really well. The battle damage on the neck looks really good, both sides. Just a beauty all around, to be honest. It brings this long metal rod, which is from the foundry scene at the end. Obviously a tool that the foundry workers would use. I don't know what for, because I've never worked in a steelworks, but it brings that. Moving across here, obviously this is the other jacket. Both are battle damaged, that one more so, as I've explained in the outfit section. It brings the pistol, which is really nice. It cocks, the hammer comes back and the clip comes out. It's got a really nice metallic look about it. Do like it. The stand lights do work. Let's see if I can get my hand to the back. Nice and bright. So if you wanted to pose it, instead of using your shelf lights, you could use that. Very good. Batteries weren't included in that. I've put the batteries in myself. Batteries were included, however, in that head for the red LED. So yeah. Underneath here we get the instruction manual, which might be worth a read. Tell you how to swap the things out safely. We all know what happened when I tried to pose Spider-Man. Fucked it up, so have a read through your instructions. You get this cleaning cloth, which I would think is for the stainless steel effect T1000. It is the special version, or the Sideshow exclusive, so it does come with the T1000 head sculpt and also the, I'm going to call it the Silver Surfer head. So yeah, you do get both, and again, swaps on and off, really nice. Be careful, because I would think you might get some paint rub under here if you continuously moving the head back and forth, so just be careful with that. Again, really nice sculpt, and that would fit onto a T1000. Moving down, we get his grenades and his bandolier for him. This bandolier is battle damaged, as you see. He's got bullet holes through it, so it is in theme with the figure. Set of spare amp pegs that I've not needed, although they are welcome. The assault rifle, I think the barrel extends and the clip comes out. I'm not going to do it one-handed. And again, it's got the strap on it. Moving down, we get the thumper. This time it's a battle damage version of the thumper, sort of with the melted section at the back of the stock. Other than that, it is really similar to the thumper that we got in the DX10. You get the drumstick for moving the eye in that head. So yeah, thought it out, something new. Get hands. Here we've got 5, all battle damaged. Get a couple of trigger hands, relaxed hands, fist, thumbs up, one that tightly holds the metal rod, and then you've got a pistol right hand and a left fist. So yeah, plenty of hands for the stuff that comes with it, or do something. The human arm, if you wanted to have that version as well, with 2 full arms, I think for the setup I'm using, I won't. I'll have it with like that arm. I will set them up, get them all looking slightly different. So that is it, and I will say that to me has got DX written all over it. Other day I did the DX13, and it's a really nice figure, really eye-catching figure that, but didn't really bring a great deal with it. We've seen that before with the DX03 Michael Jackson, but then on flip side we've seen some really good DXs, the DX11, the DX12, the Bruce Lee DX, that was the DX4, so we have seen them fully loaded. I don't know what the criteria is for a DX figure anymore, but when they come fully loaded like this, you can't give them anything other than a 5 out of 5. A really, really easy 5 out of 5 as well. Everything that comes is awesome, and you do want it. So yeah, I weren't massively bothered about the T1000 head, but like I said, luckily I got it, so I was buzzing about it when I got it. So I think I'll roll straight onto value, because I always think value sort of blends into the accessories anyway, because a lot of people think, well, the more stuff you get, the better value it is. Not always the case, because the stuff you got could be shit. Not in this case. Did I tell you? Yeah, the extras I've given a 5 out of 5. Now we'll go on to value. I saw last week when this got released, this is a figure I've had the money in my PayPal for ages and ages. I thought as soon as it comes, I'm getting it, and that'll do me now till after Christmas, unless Superman comes. That's the only figure now I would think about picking up before Christmas. I'd had the money in, I knew round about what the price was going to be, and when it got released it came out slightly more than I wanted it to, because I was thinking it's going to be sort of 200, 210, 220. The first one I saw, in fact the only one I really saw, was Tim Sen, and he'd got it for I don't know, about $450, which worked out to like about 280 quid, and I thought, no, that's just that little bit too far. It's a nice figure and I really want it, but at that price I can wait for the UK sellers. I thought, I'm not jumping on at that price. Bearing in mind I've just bought the Amazing Spider-Man from Tim Cent, I thought it might be worth going to have a word with him. Anyway, I went and had a word with him. Can you do me this figure? Outside PayPal, same as I always say. Outside of eBay, through PayPal, I'll pay you straight away, blah blah blah. You can ship it however you want, standard if you like, whatever. And it came down to about $430. And I thought, it's good of him, but let me ask around. So I thought, well, the guy who sent me the Joker, he's not got his yet. I was watching for eBay and I thought, no, he ain't got him. And I thought, or has he got him, and sold him straight away? So I sent him a message. I was like, hey, it's Rick, I've just bought the Joker, the DX13 off you. You did me a nice price on that. What can you do with me on this Terminator? And he like came straight back to me like he always does. Just give me till this evening because I don't really know. I've not got it yet. So I'm like, all right, but let me know as soon as possible because I want to get it. So he's okay. So that night he comes back to me and he's like $360, which is like $80 less than Tim Cent. I thought, how the fuck's he doing it for that price? So I went back to him and says, you know I'm saying DX13, yeah, the Terminator. He's like, yeah, I know, that's the figure you want. I ain't got it in stock, but I can do it you for this price. So I went back to Tim Cent and like, is this the best you can do? Because somebody else has told me they can do it for $360. He says, well, if somebody's selling you that figure for $360 and the shipping it included in that, then he's losing money on it. And I thought, well, surely he wouldn't lose money on it, but I don't know. So I says to Tim Cent, so you can't go no better. He says, the best I can do, he says, and I won't make anything on it, is $418. And I thought, he's still not close enough to the other guy. So I went to the other guy. I says, can I definitely have it for $360? He says, you can have it for $360, and I know you want it fast. I can get you with EMS, and you can have it for $380. And I said, fuck it. I sent him the money, like I said, direct through PayPal as a friend. He sent it out the following day, and I got it this morning. So massive shout out to him. And like I said, Tim Cent had it in stock for about 2 days before that guy had even got it. I'm not going to advertise his name because I like to check with these eBay sellers before, because I got a feeling that I dropped fucking Tony at Kid Old Toy Shop in shit about a year ago, mentioning that I pay through PayPal. So I'm not going to mention the eBay seller's name, but it's the same guy that sold me the DX14 Joker, and I paid $380 for the figure with EMS. Now, guys in UK, that transfers to about £235, which is about 15 quid more than I wanted to pay. But I thought, fuck it, there's no way I'm waiting for this bitch to come out and be watching every review and I'm going to be jealous as fuck. I thought, I'm paying it, the money's there, I'm paying it, so I fucking bought it. So, the value, I like what you get for the money and I don't begrudge paying it, but that is a lot of money, and a guy who's not lucky enough or got a lot of kids or just starting out a family, I know what it feels like. You struggle to buy these figures, you really, really want them, and you have to forsake other things. I know how it feels, so I'm going to judge it from your point of view. It's not easy attainable, and like I said, when I was in my fucking 20s, early 30s, I couldn't really dream of buying as many of these as I've got now, but it's just the case that I've got to an older age and I've got less outgoings, which means I can spend on these, and also my collection got to a size where I could rotate, so I can sell a figure for 200 and buy one for 200, or I can sell one for 250 and buy one for 150 and have surplus money. So I'm not trying to be flash or big balling, because that is not the case. If you knew me, you'd know there's no way I'm rich. But like I said, the money were in PayPal and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to get it. But on the value, I'm going to knock it down to just a 4. Like I said, I do like what you got for your money, although the money is large, and that's the point I'm trying to make. So on the value, I've given it a 4 out of 5. Right, let me give you the overall score and the final thoughts. Firstly, I'll say anybody who's been keeping count, the final score is 33 and a possible 35. I only docked it a point on articulation because of the ab crunch, and I only docked it 1 point on the value because it costs so much. Now, you guys who bought it from Sideshow or you pre-ordered from UK sellers, you could knock that value back up to a 5, because what you get for your money is awesome. I can't fault it. It was my choice that I bought early and I paid over the odds. Next thought, does this make the DX10 obsolete? I would say absolutely not. the DX10 is still an awesome figure. The best clean version Terminator out there, I think. Even better than the Entebbe 1/4 scale one. Like I said, I'm reluctant to compare them, but I just don't like the clean version of that Terminator. Entebbe's 1/4 scale battle damage is a different animal altogether. That is an awesome looking figure, but then again, so is this. I just think it complements it really well. Like I said at the beginning, we're going from clean to slightly damaged, even more damaged, to completely down to the endo. I do like that. I'll show you the poses in a minute. Obviously this one, just got him upright. I'm going to repose all these before I put them in the display. I need to get my display sorted out as well at the minute. I'm slacking a little bit. This one, got him with a minigun, holding it two-handed, not bothered with the bandolier or the thumper over his shoulder or his bag. Just got him just holding that, and instead of holding the handle, which I normally do, I've just gone for the sort of underarm grip. Like that. Looking beastly. Awesome, amazing head sculpt, as I've said. Again, another awesome head sculpt. Going with a thumper at arm's length, with his battle damaged arm and leg. And then moving on to the endoskeleton that I bought from Dean Knight. Just got him holding the plasma rifle straight up. So, great looking display, I think. To answer the question, which figure do I prefer? The DX12 or the DX13? Now, I'm going to put it like this. I love the DX12. Always had a soft spot for it. I know I'm not going to get the best lighting. I liked everything about it. I like the Bruce Wayne head. I like the Batman head that came with it, the mouth plates, although I will say that that is a Tony Mai conversion head. The cape I didn't like, the stands I did, the accessories I liked, and like I said, I've had so much fun with that figure. I have really got a soft spot with it, but I've got to say it like that. What you see there is not straight out the box. Like I say, it's a completely different head. It is one of the original mouth plates, although I have bought a cut down version of that as a mouth plate as well. That's a Dark Spartan cape. That's a Tony Mai cape. I've cut the gauntlets down, I've cut the hands down, I've sort of tightened the armour onto him. That's why I've had the fun. Straight out the box, for me, the easy choice figure is that one. Like I said, all I've done is chuck the spare bits on a DX10 body, and I've got two awesome looking figures. As a standalone figure, I think it is now the best DX figure released by Hot Toys today, and I know I'm going to say that because of the novelty, but I only reviewed that one last week. That is a beautiful piece, and I sort of underwhelmed by it at first, and then it's really took me eye and I'm really loving it. But for value and everything, straight out the box, I think the best figure that Hot Toys have released today is the DX13. I could be wrong, I have been before, only once or twice though. But anyway, for now, this is Clipper King, and I'm out of here.